today's video, we are going to be pulling out the curtain and showing you something personal, which is my real investment portfolio. And this will be the first and perhaps the last that I will be talking about this plain on my YouTube channel. I think subsequent ones will be for the members. I have made a video on 10 things you must know before getting into investment. I've also explained some of the investing terms you need to know, like the stocks, the bonds, and all that. And I thought that I know that a lot of people will want to know, okay, Roseline, what did you do when you started? I'm like, hey, why not bring that to you? So this is what we'll be talking about, my real investment portfolio. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be telling you the reasons why I chose them, what are the things I invested in, and all that. So if you're excited about it, like I am, I'm going to be inviting you to please click on the subscribe button. This channel will talk about money making, personal finance, and everything that helps you to take charge of your finances. Please tap on the like button. This actually helps this video to be seen by other people, and you are actually telling me, Roseline, thank you for showing up here and make more of this content. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, let's get started. How I decided on what to invest in. Having read a lot about investing, the books and all that, followed the links and the experience of a lot of people, and my investment goal and where I see myself in the future, I decided to allocate my investment into 70/30. Now what I mean is that we have 70% invested into stocks. Yeah, because I wanted to grow. I wanted my money to bring more money for me. And I understood the volatility of the market. And I'm like, okay, I can handle this. I can handle the 70% of growth. It means that I had 70% of my investment more on stocks, so individual stocks. And then the other 30% on the ETFs, the exchange traded funds, and most of them are the accumulating, meaning that they actually bring more money. Now let's break it down. When I said the 70%, what did I invest in? Most of them were more on the tech stocks, so the likes of the Broadcom, the Nvidia, the Apple, the Google, the Invesco, the Amazon, and some of them, of course, we invest into the healthcare, the pharmaceuticals, like the Eli and Lilly, the VetTech. Now you may be asking why. One thing about the tech industry is that they are reputable and they are future. So I just wanted to invest in a reputable company, one that they have their value, the standard, the ethics were in connection to mine, and most importantly, I was thinking about the long term and the future. The strategy for my wealth preservation, I use the ETFs. Now we use the VUSA. When I bought VUSA, it was about $90 per share, and that was a lot. So we bought the VUSA and the FTSE VWCE. That was more of wealth preservation. So the question is, Roseline, how did you define on where to put more of the growth stock and one of the wealth preservation? The rule of thumb is your age. So the percentage of your age should be more on the wealth preservation. Now, I'm not telling you my age, but I guess you can tell from that the age group I am. Leave that in the comment section if you want to talk about it. If you're younger, you have time to recover, you're more risk tolerant, you can have more on the stocks, the individual stocks. But the closer you are to retirement, you can actually go more on the bonds and the exchange traded funds. I'm actually going to bring the laptop here because I really want to be real. So I'm going to be reading what we are currently investing on. Now, the Nvidia, and I'm going to tell you why I picked them. The Nvidia, they are AI leader, so they're the future of computing. The other one is Amazon, which is cloud, logistics, e-commerce. We also have the Microsoft. They are very consistent, very stable, dividend paying. We're going to be cashing out. And then we have the Google. Of course, they dominate the search engine, and we have it here on YouTube. They are into education. They are actually diversified, and we love their reputation and the business strategy. We also have the Apple, high customer loyalty. We have cash rich. Out of the tech, we have the Eli and Lilly. We have the United Therapeutics. They are the biotech. They are long-term health sector players. The other ones we have is the SMCI, that's the super microchip, which is the AI infrastructure. We have the Walmart. We also have the Costco. Again, this is the current one, but we are always reviewing our portfolio to see which one should be out of the list, which one should be added to it. Some of these stocks we bought are actually dividend paying. So like the Microsoft, the Google, the Walmart, they are all purely growth, making the money work for us. Let me know in the comment section which of these individual stocks do you have or do you plan to buy the stocks in? For the long term, the wealth preservation, I did mention the two stocks we actually believed in, and it was the VUSA and the FTSE WVCE. This is because they are long term players, stability, and they are reinvested. So the profit reinvested for us, it was more of long term thinking. And again, they have low fees in management, so you can just buy and go and sleep. Some of the systems and tools we use when we're doing investments is that we think of the long term. We also think of the present goal. What are we about to achieve, or what's our financial goal? When I talk about we, I'm talking about my husband and I. Our framework for building wealth is that we diversify globally. So it's not just Africa or emerging market or just the US. It's more of global market. Second strategy is a balance of the growth and the preservation. So most of it on the stocks, but then a good number of it also on the preservation, on wealth preservation, which are the ETFs. We are also thinking long term because at the end of the day, investment is more of long term. It is not emotional. It is not buy today, sell tomorrow. It is also of the long term, so that the compound interest will work to our own advantage. And most importantly, we are always reviewing our stocks. So today we may have all of them, and tomorrow we decide to test something else depending on our research and more information. But yeah, we do consistent review of our portfolio. Okay. Now, if you're a beginner, I'll always say go into the exchange traded fund, which is brilliant for you to do. But then I need to tell you the expense ratio. Every ETF is being managed, and with that management, you need to pay a fee. But if the expense ratio is 0.02%, then that is good. It means the lower the percentage, the more money you keep in your account. With the ETFs we had the VUSA, that VUSA was 0.07%, and the FTSE VWCE was 0.22, but then we're looking at the long-term growth, and it was worth it. And if you're asking what did we use to invest, from the beginning we have used the interactive brokers because it is easy to use, easy to set up, very strict when it comes to privacy, when it comes to transparency, when it comes to you receiving help. Now, this video is not sponsored, but this is my experience with them. I've never had a problem with it. Sending money in, removing money, withdrawing funds, and all that was just easy. The setup was easy, but then there is this sense of security I have it on the desktop. I also have it on the mobile. It is listed under the SEC, that's the Security Exchange Commission. I actually did not want me to just be talking alone. I was just thinking, what are the questions they have? I asked Google to ask me some questions, so perhaps this will be answering some of your questions, and I hope that if I have not answered your question revealing my investment portfolio, you can leave that in the comment section. So one of the questions someone asked on Google is, how much should I invest monthly? I would say start where you can. If you have $10, please start. There is this Investco. I'm going to leave the ticker symbol on the screen. You can start. One share is about €6 the last time I checked. You can start with that. Just start and increase it according to your knowledge, risk tolerance level. Now, the second question that was asked from Google is, can I invest in US stocks even if I'm in Europe or Nigeria? Yes, you can. You can use the Optimus, you can use the PiggyVest if you're in Nigeria. I'm also going to leave the link in my description. You can also use the IBK. I live in Europe, but I'm able to buy stocks from the US. The third question is, what is better? Is it the ETFs or the stocks? I think they are complementary in your financial journey, so it depends on a lot of factors. Simplify it. What is your risk tolerance level? What do you want to achieve? Do you want to get more money? Do you have the information to manage individual stocks? If you're a total beginner, as a friend, I would say go for the ETFs. And when you have more knowledge, you can now manage the individual stocks. There you have it. This is me spilling the tea on my investment portfolio. Tell me in the comment section, what do you guys want me to talk about relating to investment? Ask all your questions. I have made 2 videos on things you need to know before investing, and also investing 101 where I talk about bonds, stocks and all that. If you've not seen the video, I'm going to leave them at the end of this video. All the links I have mentioned concerning this video, I'm going to leave them in the comment section. Tell me, what do you think? Have you started investing? Which of the investment types do you want to use? Ask more questions about the choices I've made. And if you want to use the IBK I use for you to get about 200 free euros for creating the account using my link, I'm going to leave it in the description. Yes, so thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave your comment. If you're not already subscribed, please do. Tap on the like button. I'm actually waiting for you to tap. Thank you so much. This actually tells me you like this content. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm going to see you all in the next video. Bye for now.